Yep.
Good Sunday afternoon, evening, whatever you want to call it. It is Sunday. It is time for some golf stuff. I mean, what better thing could we possibly be doing on a Sunday afternoon than hitting golf balls? Nothing, you say? Exactly. I agree completely. Oh, bouncing all over the place here. Just working on some chipping. I want to talk a little bit about chipping today, but if you've been on with us before, you'll know the drill. Ask any questions that you want, and we will try to answer as best we can. Sherry's on the mic back there, going to take any questions that come up. What a finish! What a finish by Scotty Scheffler today. Chipping in on the 17th hole to take a two-stroke lead. I don't know if any of you saw it, but the look on Robert McIntyre's face when Scheffler chipped in. Yeah, I think we've all had that feeling in golf before, like, what on earth do I need to do to win something like this? Well, maybe not shoot 3 over on the last round, but hey, that's what you get. We got anybody on me?
Yep.
Fantastic. So you're welcome to ask any kind of golf questioning stuff that you want.
We got a question already.
A question already. That's fantastic. I can also jump into some teaching too. So
we got 9 people on TikTok and 1 person on YouTube.
1 person on YouTube.
Yeah,
Lovely.
we're doing YouTube live tonight.
Yeah, we're live both on YouTube and TikTok, giving it a go.
Edwin is asking, show me how the blade should look through the wing.
The blade should look through the wing.
Yeah. Maybe that's not a golf question.
I don't know what that.
Somebody else is asking for your credentials.
Oh, my credentials are. I've got some shorts on tonight. I don't know, credentials. I used to play professionally. I've been teaching people for the last 20 years. I help people get better. It has nothing to do with me. It has to do with you and whether or not you can get better. So I'm pretty good. I'm a +4 handicap now, if that helps you at all. But yeah, it's not about me. It's about you. So what can we help you with? Because obviously you're clicking into a golf podcast thingy live because you love golf just like the rest of us.
What launch monitor do you use?
What launch monitor?
Matt S. wants to know, what launch monitor do you use?
Launch monitor, Matt. I've got the cheapest launch monitor available on the market, but it's also pretty sweet. This is the PRG, our portable launch monitor, and it has your swing speed, it has your launch speed, and overall distance and your smash factor. So basically all the things that you actually need, and you can get one of these fairly cheaply. And a 10% discount if you go to that click link thingy, bigswinggeeks.com/go, and click on Super Speed Golf. The discount there will apply to your cart, but they have those PRGR launch monitors for sale, and that's what I'm using.
Sorry, Edwin clarified. Sorry, the club face during the swing got messed up.
The club face during the swing. All right, well, let's have a look at that. So I love to start at the ball and go backwards. And by ball, I mean not at the address position where you're starting, but where you're hitting, at your impact position. So let's say we're at our impact position. We're going to trace that backwards to see where the club face is. So what we want is we want the club face pointing the target, and we want the swing path, or the direction the club's coming through the ball, at impact, from the foot before to the foot after. So, okay, we're taking our stance, and we want our club to go straight through there, okay? So let's assume that. Now let's work backwards from there, okay? We're going this way. You can see where the club face is. Okay? So essentially it doesn't really move from this position. It's only gravitational forces and centrifugal forces that move our club. So if I keep everything just square right there, everything diamond shaped, hands in front of the ball, shaft forward, if I come back this way, at any point, if I return back to center, well, I want to just be right back to there. I don't want to go like this, I don't want to go up, I don't want to move it all around. I want to stay down, and not move it all around. Okay, back here, you let your shoulders turn, and this magically will bend as your right elbow bends. Okay, and so I want to keep the club face as square as possible to the target line for as long as possible through the impact zone. And we practice that right here, like that. I've got my hands together just to show you that there's no hand manipulation going on, no wrist cocking or anything like that. But if I put everything together like this, you can just kind of see that it becomes your body that's turning everything else through, and your upper body is just staying square to the target. So just keep it nice and pointed at the target as long as possible, and that will be what you call consistency, because the longer your club face is pointed at the target, the longer the ball, the more shots you're going to hit towards your target line.
Okay, Bull No 23. How can I get more sweeping motion with fairway woods to avoid coming in steep?
More sweeping motion with fairway woods to avoid coming in steep. So fairway wood here, I've got my 2-wood, my fairway wood, or what do they call them now? Mini driver extraordinaire, also called a 3-wood for me. How do I get more of a sweeping motion so I'm not coming in so steep? Well, you're coming in steep because either your body is tilted forward and needs to go backwards, okay, like so, or because once you come back here, you're going this way. Okay, that's called the bad loop, and I've got a great video on YouTube called The Good Loop. Go check that video out, and it'll show you how to reverse that. But typically, it's because you're forward, okay, and you're trying to get over the ball the wrong way. So here's the drill you can do to fix that. Okay, left arm or lead arm over right. Okay, just go like that, and then stick the club in your hands there like that, and then you just want to turn and turn through the ball. Okay, so if I get to there, turn, turn. That is going to give you the feeling, the motion that you need in order to have a sweeping motion through the ball. Again, there, turn, turn.
Chase 4080. Are you going to the Creator Classic?
Chase 4080, I have not yet been invited to the Creator Classic. So throw some words out there to those people and post some crap on the internet world and tell them I need to be going to the Creator Classic. I would love to, but no, not yet.
GQ Canada. Yeah, the shorts are back.
Oh, baby, that was sweet. Look at this. Look at this. I hit that one so hard that the golf ball got sad. Wow. That one hard. Yes, the short shorts are back. It's Sunday night. It's a party night. I wasn't here Friday, so we're going to have to do party night tonight.
TikTok user name 614. Where can I buy those shorty shorts?
Where can you buy these shorty shorts? I believe my wife got them for me on Amazon. Is that correct, Sherry?
That she did.
She bought them on Amazon. If you really want to know, let me know, and I'll send you the link.
Okay,
But
Noldy,
yes.
Noldy Boy says, I can't stop chunking the ball.
I can't stop chunking the ball, and I assume by that question that you want to stop chunking the ball. So let's talk about chunks for a minute. I have, through my inbox in the last 10 months, about 1,500 golf swings of people saying, I suck, I need help, how do I do this differently, why am I so terrible? And the thing that I see most common is a general misunderstanding of where you're supposed to be at impact, which is causing your chunks, okay? And this is the misconception. You believe that you start here, and then you want to end, meaning hit the ball, with everything straight, okay? With everything maxed out, as I would say, right there. Okay, so it would look like this, and then you come down and trying to get to there. However, so that swing looks like this. Hey, it's releasing the club, almost force releasing the club early so that everything ends up straight when you get to the ball. However, if you want any kind of forgiveness, consistency, compression in your golf game, you don't want to be here, you want to be there, okay? And you're like, well, that's not fully extended out to the ball. You're exactly right. The full extension of your club comes out there, okay? Not here, there. So it's not extending here, it's extending out there. And what this does is it allows you to sweep through the ball, pull through the grass if you need to, and allow the club to release. No different than if I was throwing a ball. I'm not going to throw it here. Okay, I'm going to throw it out there. And that whip is going to happen out in front of me. In the same way, this is going to be out in front of me that way. Okay? And so how you get that in your swing is you figure out where impact is for you, which you do like this. You set up, okay? You put your club back behind your rear foot like that, and then you straighten this leg, keep this one bent, and that's going to make your body turn that way. You're going to turn, and that's where you are at impact. That's the impact position. So now if you find that impact position, okay, and all you work on is that shot right there, you are quite literally working on the most important part of the golf swing, and you're training into your body that consistent motion. And then everything you do from there on is simply adding speed to that impact position. Okay, you're getting back to the same spot, just faster. So we'll figure that out, find your impact position, and work on that arrow. Yes, sir. Question.
Right. Okay, first of all, while I'm finding a question, can you go back through and explain to people how this works?
Yes, I can explain to people how this works. So feel free to drop your question there. I will answer everything and anything I possibly can understand. And Sherry will go from the bottom of the comments, the bottom of the questions, so that we can stay engaged in conversation. So if your question is skipped or missed, it's not because we don't like you or hate you. It's just drop your question back there again in the bottom. And if you really feel ignored, just drop me a DM and I will get back to you.
Okay, how do I avoid topping the ball as a beginner golfer?
Topping the ball as a beginner golfer. Okay, well, for beginner golfers, with everything, and experienced golfers, you've got to speak to your mind in words they can understand. Our dumb little stupid mind can understand. And our dumb little stupid mind understands high, low, front, back. Okay? So if I'm hitting the top of the ball, oh, I missed it. Hitting the top of the ball, okay? Then I would say to myself, okay, I want to get the club to the ball lower. Okay, that one was higher. I want this one lower. Oh no, I hit the ground early. I jumped it. Oh, fantastic. I did lower. That was too much lower. How about a little bit higher than that? Okay, so you start with the most simple, the most basic, and go from there.
Okay, we got Frankie. Says, first summer golfing. I got an AI Smoke Max D driver. So, Smoke HL irons and an AI Odyssey putter. Do you like that?
That's awesome for you, buddy. I've used the AI Smoke putter and the driver, or the Odyssey AI, whatever putter. All wonderful, all fantastic. Yes, excellent setup. I like it. Sweet, good job.
Not T-Bone 123 says little girl shorts.
What was that?
Says little girl shorts.
Little girl shorts.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's
Trevor
nice
says I'm 6'8", which is taller than you.
6'8".
Yeah. And always hit fat or tall or top the ball a lot.
How do I get to the ball?
I believe that is exactly his question.
Here, let's see. I'm 5'7". This thing is, I don't know, a few extra inches. Let's see. What would it be like being this tall and hitting a golf ball? Well, number one, you're going to want to get fit for golf clubs. So if you haven't yet been fit for golf clubs, go to bigswingkings.com/go and click on online fitting and go to golf clubs, and they'll do a free online fitting for you. And you can go there and get the right clubs, okay? Because a regular set of clubs is not fit for you. In fact, I'm noticing right here, I'm having a very difficult time getting down with the ball. So, I did it. I hit it. Fantastic. This is good for practicing downhill lies, I guess. So you want to get fit for clubs, and no matter if you're 6'8" or 5'2", you want to work on your impact position. So the reason you're hitting the top of the ball and then underneath the ball isn't because you're tall, it's because you're not consistent at your impact position. So you want to get down to impact, okay, and you want to work this drill right there, over and over and over through impact, straight face, straight path, over and over and over, so that you can get to where you need to get to. And that's why one teaching doesn't fit all, but your body will figure out where it needs to be, which is why this is the drill I practice day in, day out. Okay? It sure is nice being tall. Actually, I don't know what it's like being a driver. I gotta try that now.
While you're doing that, Edwin is asking, what irons would you recommend for a 19 handicap?
What irons would I recommend for a 19 handicap? We'll get to you, Edmund, in just a second. I'm gonna hit a 6'5" driver. Let's call it. Oh, baby!
Okay, somebody else is asking, how do you swing a driver?
How do I swing a driver? Okay, what clubs would I get for a 19 handicap? Honestly, I would recommend to you, what I would recommend to everybody, go to bigswingkings.com/go. Go to the link that says online fitting and go to golf clubs and do an online fitting there. You haven't heard of them, okay? And that's only because they haven't exploded yet. They haven't gotten into the top echelon of club manufacturers yet. But they're doing stuff that is different and better than just about everybody else out there. So just go to that link, click on online fitting. Those are the clubs that I would recommend for you, okay? How do you hit a driver? How do you go like this? There it is. Hit. Oh, hit it well. Sorry. So the biggest problem with drivers is typically people go from irons to drivers and they think, okay, I'm setting up here with my iron. Oh, somebody said move the ball forward. Okay, now the ball's forward. Wonderful. Except how you get from here to there is not with the hands or with turning. Yes, you're right, that ball needs to be further forward, but to get there, you actually push this forward, tilt spine back. Watch what that does to the club. Boom. That's where you want to be with the driver. So it's more of a tilt, and you're staying tilted back through that because it's more of an upward motion than it is a downward motion in your irons. Okay? And then you put that all together. You hit it like that. Then we'll twirly follow through, go 6 yards further.
Okay, Alex is asking, what should the weight be distributed before and after and during your driver swing?
What should the weight distribution be before, during, and after your driver swing? Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get our little force board out from Super Speed Golf. I'm sure in the right spot here. And this will show, I've got it set up in weight distribution mode. Okay, so it's going to tell me if I'm forward or backwards or anything else. Okay, I'm not in the right spot. More. Okay, so if I set up there, you just watch, and if it's too fast, I'll slow it down, and you can see what happens. Okay, so in slow-mo version, that is push down on this foot on the way back. Okay, you're pushing in order to turn your body. Okay, then you're going to push this front toe out the shoe that way. So you stamp and push there. So it's push, sorry, push, 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 push. It's not so much that the weight goes forward and backwards, it's that the force in your feet in the ground is a push on the way back and then a push on the way through. And if you think push, your body will get the weight to your front foot because we're human and we can do that. Okay? So if you want one of these things, this is from Super Speed Golf. You go to bigswingkings.com/go and click on the link for Super Speed Golf. Get a 10% discount on these things, but this is pretty handy for training a whole bunch of things to do with the ground and your feet and the foot force. You know, you've seen those guys like Patrick Reed on the tee, you know, with this kind of a foot motion on the front foot. That way. Okay, that's just a product of pushing off the ground more to get more rotation, more speed, more power into your swing. Alrighty. Pick up a couple balls here.
Ooh, we have a lefty question.
Lefty question.
Walk box 15. I'm a lefty and I have a slice in my drives. How do I fix that?
I'm a lefty and I have a slice in my drives. Fantastic. Here we go. Lefty. So the problem with slicing is that when you get to the ball, look where my hands are starting here. Typically, and by typically I mean 95% of the time, if you video your swing from the angle you're looking at, then you're going to start here with the hands, you come back, and then you're going to be out here with the hands coming through. So from here to here, because that's coming back this way. So I like to put a line right here, like an imaginary line, and say that you need to keep your hands behind that line the entirety of the swing, never letting them get over it or over on the back. Okay, so if I kept my hands behind that line, well, I can hit the other part of the ship. Apparently, left-handed driver off the deck is not my forte yet, but that is what you want to work on. Keep your hands behind that line.
Do you want to hit another one? So,
Okay,
yeah, let's do that one again.
Yeah, Sherry said that was really awful.
That was-
driver off the deck.
Yeah, that does not show your expertise
By the
very well.
way. Okay, so.
Although Frankie says, damn, this is very informative. You do a great job.
Thanks, Frankie. Okay, so hands
Except
behind
for
the
that
line.
last swing.
Hands behind the line on the way back. Okay, hands behind the line on the way through. Okay, that's the drill you want to work on. And again, you
Ooh,
work on it in
Edwin has another question.
short little things right here. Those shots. Go ahead, Edwin. What's up?
How do I get rid of an inconsistent swing? Been hitting monster hooks and the next hole slices.
Oh, sounds, Edwin, like you have a timing issue. Oh no, what's a timing issue? How do I get rid of that? Good question. So glad you asked. You can do it with any club. Okay, let's in this case take a 5-iron. The longer the club, the harder it is to do. And you'll hate me for a little while you're trying to do this drill. But here's the fix for you. Okay? Ready? We get set up regularly. We take our swing. And we stop. And then we hit. Okay? That drill, it's devilish. It's awful. You're going to hit a lot of bad shots. But the ability to do that will make your swing consistent because you will start the downswing with the correct muscles. Okay? Because there's there's no like motion forgiveness of correcting. I can go like this and I can fabricate it on the way down, so to speak, which is probably what you're doing. You want to be able to pause at every part of your swing. Come back to here. Beautiful. To be able to hit that shot. Because that means that your body is using the big motions to hit the ball. Okay, so no matter if I go long or short, I should be able to still hit solid, consistent golf shots from every part of my swing. That's what's going to make you consistent. And short shorts. That's the other thing. You got to put some short shorts on. Totally agrees with that. Send
Okay,
pictures, please.
Rob 34.
Rob
Tips.
34.
Tips for ball first contact.
Tips for ball first contact. Absolutely. So let's pull out a wedge here. Because that's really where ball first contact matters most for most of you because you're not playing off bouncing wedges. But ball first contact is most often happening when the shaft is not straight up and down at impact, but forward. And you're pulling through the ball this way, not trying to hit the ball this way. Okay, so what it looks like, this would be trying to hit it just with getting the club to the ball at the end. I've chunked both of those. I'm not trying to jump them. Okay, chunk that one too. Chunk that one. Okay, but as soon as I get my hands forward and I'm pulling through the ball, hit the ball first.
Ooh, somebody has a very good question.
Okay.
So if you go shorter to a Speedo, does that guarantee consistent shots every time?
You know what? If I went, Sherry, I should go short to a Speedo. Maybe that would
Send up
That's
some
it.
hearts if you want him to go to a
That's
Speedo
it.
next
Yeah,
time.
throw some hearts up if you want me to go Speedo. Maybe I'll just happen to pick one up and play it here. So if that shaft is leaning forward, I've hit the ball first every time.
There are no hearts coming.
What's
Nobody wants to see you in a Speedo. Oh wait, here they come.
that? Nobody wants to see me in a Speedo, or everybody wants to see me in a Speedo. Okay, so if I keep hitting these balls with the shaft leaning forward, I have hit ball first on every one that I've done. And so what that looks like is you're here, not here. Okay? None of this. Pull through and turn with your body. That's the key to hitting ball first. Well, another ball first. Fantastic. Next question.
Ooh, just a minute.
Just a minute.
I always hit the top of the, always top the ball. I can never swing and hit a ball like a human. Any tips?
I can never hit, and I can never swing and hit a ball like a human. What are you? I'm a monkey. For him, I would want to say, oh, I hit that one like a chicken. Fantastic. Okay, so keys to hitting the ball like a human. Again, your topping issue has to do with your club coming through the ball too high. It's as simple as that. And you're like, well, that's stupid. It is. It's as simple as that. If I want to hit the middle of the ball with the middle of the leading edge, all I have to do is say, I want to hit that with my club coming through the ball higher. Higher. That's it. So if I want it to go lower, I just say, club lower through the ball. Oh no, I've chunked it. Hey, you succeeded. You went lower. A little bit higher than that. Oh, there we go. Fantastic. Our brain can understand high, low, front, back. Yes, Jay.
Adam, tips for my first junior golf tournament tomorrow.
Tips for my first junior golf tournament tomorrow. Okay, here it is. Tournament players, people dealing with pressure, stress, nerves. You can only affect this shot right here. You can't shoot a score. You can't make a birdie. You can't even make a putt. But what you can do is you can pick a shot and you can hit that shot. I want to hit a 50-yard gap wedge. Okay, sweet. I'm pointing in that direction. I just hit a 50-yard gap wedge. And then I get to be surprised at where it went. No matter if it went close to the hole, no matter where it went into the bunker. You only can affect this shot right here. I can do that. I can't tell you if it's going to hit a sprinkler head over there, a patron in the side, hit the car path and bounce 300 yards off the course or into the hole. That is not controllable, and that's the kind of stuff that creates more stress than you need. So, one shot at a time, and by one shot at a time, I mean there is only one shot. There is the tee shot on the first hole. Then there is only one shot. It's the second shot of the first hole. And then there is only one shot. Well, hopefully you hold out for eagle from there. But if you didn't, there's a third shot on the first hole. You don't think of what happened before, and you, gosh darn it, don't think of what's going to happen next, because you can't control it. So focus on the thing you actually can't control. Center club, center ball, smash it. Boom! And yelling boom on the course is probably not advised in the tournament, but it is fun.
Alec, what clubs do you use?
What clubs do I use? I use the Avoda, what's the Origin combo length irons this way.
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
And same with the wedges. These are the W2 wedges. And then for woods, I've got two fairway woods that are PXG, and I've got a Crank Formula Fire 7.5 degree driver.
Okay, my swing feels like it hurts. How do I fix that?
My swing feels like it hurts. How do I fix that? You focus on the body motion. So if I flip this club around, okay, and I put the club on my chest, okay, and I hold it there, and I try to swing the end of the club, how am I going to do? How am I going to get any speed out of that? All I'm going to do is I'm going to swing that and swing through. Okay, that's how I would do it, and that's the golf swing. Okay, if I add hands to that, it's just back, through. Okay? So return to big muscle motions and only go as far back as your body is going to let you. If it's on the backswing and you're like, well, my body just doesn't go very far back, great. Go from there and then push off your feet, your front foot backwards to get power. You can still get power with a short little backswing. Stay within your body's means, because if you're going on the way back, it's not going to do well for you.
Okay. Sand Trevor is asking for sand trap tips.
Sand trap tips.
Say that 5 times fast.
Sand trap tips, sand trap tips, sand trap tips, sand trap tips, chips with dip, chips and French onion dip. No, that not.
No.
That's not correct. Okay, sand trap tips. Here is my sand trap tip for anybody that is a 5 handicap and up. Okay? And that's this. You set up to the ball squarely in the bunker, square to where you're hitting it. Not open yet.
Are you allowed to touch the sand?
You are not allowed to touch the sand. You will get a 2-stroke penalty for touching the sand. So, set your club down, just hover it above the ball. Okay? And then what you're going to do, watch my forearms. You're going to open the face with your forearms. Okay? Face is still open. You're going to open the face with your forearms. And then, from there, you're just going to swing. Okay? So if I set up to the ball, I open the face of the forearms, and I swing. Okay? That is going to get you through the sand better than any other tip I have ever seen. That was a Lee Trevino tip from one of his things, and I have since adopted it because holy smokes, it makes bunker play easy. Yes, Sherry.
Tori, super beginner at golf here, and I'm a righty. I have had pain in my left thumb. I have tried adjusting my grip. Suggestions?
Pain in my left thumb. Okay, so I would try, just for poops and giggles, okay, going to a squished together 10-finger grip instead of an interlock or an overlap to take some of the pressure off of that thumb. That's what I would try first. Second, there could very well be some muscular issues in your hand or your forearm because of your thumb. So you need to start loosening this up, even doing thumb exercises.
Which
like squishy balls
forearm are you opening up?
for the bunker shots?
Yes,
so for
sorry.
the bunker shots, I'm going like this. Can you see me, Jared?
Yes,
Okay, like that.
Yeah. all your tan lines. We can
Left
see.
comes over right. Okay, so how it looks from here, like that. Okay, you're going there. Not here, there. Okay, stretch out your thumb, massage out the thumb muscles, and try the 10-finger squish together grip.
East, does your wife know you have a husband? LOL. Get longer shorts, man.
No way, I'm not putting the longer shorts on. That's no fun.
His wife bought him the shorts. Cade has a question.
My wife bought me these shorts and she loves them.
What is the thing measuring the distance and how good does it work?
What is the thing measuring the distance and how good does it work? This is the PRGR launch monitor, which you can get at a 10% discount by going to bigswingmoves.com/go. And then click on Super Speed Golf, and these are available there. Now, it works beautifully. It's one of the least expensive ones on the market, and it shows you club head speed, overall distance, carry distance, smash factor, and ball speed. Basically everything you need for measuring distances and all that kind of stuff. It does not plug into any kind of a projector or anything like that, but yes, works beautifully.
Greatest Canadian golfer. Have you hit the target yet tonight?
Let's see. Let's see. I've been practicing Great Canadian Golf. I'm trying to hit the target. Let's see if I got the right shot here. Just a second. Just a second. This is for you, buddy. This is for you. Let's see how we do.
Sandtrap Trevor says this is the best live golf session I have seen this far. Please do another one next Sunday.
There you go. There's the target for you. Boom! Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Come on in next Sunday. We're going to be doing one during the week as well. Have we picked a date for that yet,
We
Sherry?
have not.
Tuesday.
Does anybody have any suggestions?
Tuesday evening, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time. We'll be back on. So if you want to jump on Tuesday, fantastic.
Caden says, yo, got my measurements back from where you told me to do it.
Caden, what did they say? Did they say anything?
He didn't say that part. He just said he got them back.
Let's do that.
Can you say that launch monitor again, please?
Yes, the launch monitor is the
Maybe slower this time.
PRGR launch monitor. If you go to bigswingkings.com/go, click on Super Speed Golf, and you'll have a 10% discount in there, and they have those on their website. PRGR launch monitor. There it is. Target, Great Canadian Golfer. I'm just going to see here hit the target for a few.
General consensus is yes, Tuesday would be a great day.
Tuesday, fantastic. Tuesday, 10 p.m.
When should I, Logan is asking, when should I start to learn how to shape my shot?
When should I start to learn how to shape my shot, Logan? Right now. Because shaping your shot is nothing fancy or special. It's just being able to spin the ball from right to left and from left to right. So if you think in terms of side spin, it becomes a whole heck of a lot easier.
Chuck with a duck is asking, how do I fix my slice on my driver?
How do I fix my slice on the driver? Hey, I think that might be the first one of those tonight.
That's the first one I've been able to read, yes.
Oh, it's the first one you've been able to read. Okay. How do I fix my slice on my driver? So you have a case of side spin in your driver, okay? And that side spin in your driver is causing you some wreaking of havoc in, shall we say.
Daniel's asking, are those your sun shorts?
No, clearly not. They're my sun shorts. Otherwise, my legs wouldn't be so white. No, these are my Sunday night golf live shorts, and you think I'm kidding, but that's what I bought them for. And you all ask questions. Okay, slicing. There's only two things that matter. One is where the club face is pointing at impact. Yes, Shay?
Caden's asking, is that the Bryson driver?
It is the Bryson driver, although his is a lower loft. This is the 7.5 degree. There's only two things that matter as far as the slice goes. One is the face, where it is pointing when you hit the ball. It doesn't matter where the face is pointing up here. It matters where the face is pointing when you hit the ball. And that's where your ball starts, always. Then there's the side spin that you put on the ball with your paddle, this way or this way. You can guess which one produces which side spin, okay? So if you're producing that shot and it's spinning...
Oh, we have mic issues.
Mic issues! No, Mike.
Mic went out. Mic went out. Mic is off.
Yes.
Can't hear you. Jay, time.
Okay. Calm down, people. Calm down. We got some mic issues.
Woo-hoo.
Fantastic. Well,
Kale is asking where he can get that driver.
Where can you get that driver? Directly from the Crank website. I've got $100 off on it right now. Yeah, Crank.
Can they hear you now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah.
There's something wrong with your... Wait, can you hear me now?
How about now?
Audio's out.
Still got audio. How are we doing? Still got audio
Still
issues.
out. It's fixed.
It's fixed. Okay. Sweet.
It's better now. Can't hear you. No, you're fine. I can hear you. Audio's good now. It's good now.
Okay, so if you're putting side spin on the ball, you need to put the opposite spin on the ball. Okay, and what you do is you start at impact and you just do these shots right here. How can I spin the ball from right to left? And you just start working your impact position, because that's where all changes start.
Oh, Jason says, tell the people who can't hear you to swipe out and swipe back in.
The people who can't hear me, tell them to swipe out and swipe back in. I'm not sure what that does, but apparently it has magical effects and it makes my shorts long. I mean, it allows you to hear me better. But if you swipe twice, you're going to see speedo. So, just once. Okay, so work down here at the ball and be working on spinning the ball right to left. You have to be able to do it on those short swings first. Then you add speed to that. Can I go a little faster?
There's still quite a bit of confusion about the audio.
Still confusion about the audio. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to switch mics here. Sometimes that works. Unplug that and plug that back in, Jerry.
Unplug.
And plug back in. It's like the Glade plug-in. Plug it in.
Is it?
She just blew in the end of it like it was a Nintendo.
Hey, it might work.
This shows our age pretty quickly. A Nintendo cartridge. I remember playing Super Sprint and having
Somebody says it's not your
serious
mic.
Problems. Anyways, how we doing here? We got okay.
Thank you very much. Chuck with the duck says thank you very much.
Chuck. Okay, that was a slicey question. Great. Start short, work long.
Hear you just fine. Golf shoes. Are golf shoes a necessity for someone who's horrible at golf?
Are golf shoes a necessity?
That's
for
a good question.
Who's horrible at golf? Yes. 2 reasons. Number 1, otherwise your feet get wet, unless you're just playing in the sunshine. Number 2, you gotta be able to grip the ground, because what you really want to do is you want to push on the way back and you want to push on the way through. You've got to be able to hold the ground, because that's where the power of the swing comes from. Okay, so get a pair of golf shoes. Get a pair of used on Facebook Marketplace. Next question.
Bryson Irons, Bryson Driver. When are we going to see the Bryson arm lock putter? LOL.
The Bryson arm lock putter. You know what? I tried one. 2 weeks ago, and I think I like it. Yeah, I think I like it. But I have this one right now for putter, and I really like it. This is my Henry-made Swing King Newport 2 design putter. It looks
Can't
like
answer that question.
It looks like the pink answer of old. It's got a really nice leather grip on it, and I'm putting.
Ooh, somebody was asking about a putter grip.
I'm putting really well with it. Putter grip.
Can you
I
show
like
us
this
your
one.
putter grip?
I like this one. This is
No.
just good.
Your hand grip, dummy.
My grip on the putter?
Yes.
Oh,
Can you show us your putter grip?
okay. Sure. I go this way right here. That's my putter grip.
Grandma said to us,
Maybe sometimes that finger goes back. How I feel. That's my putter grip right
never know
there.
what time.
Sometimes I'll drop the
Grandma's
finger
in charge.
like that. but that's
Be
typically
thankful with what you got.
Okay, but I like this punter right now, so I'm not going to go arm lock anytime soon.
Any recommendations when it comes to golf shoes when balancing price and quality?
Any thoughts on picking golf shoes when you're balancing price and quality? So I have big feet, and there's only 2 brands that I even can buy. Okay, one is the New Balance, that's these ones. They've got a 4E ultra wide shoe that fits my gigantic big toe in it. And then the other one is the True Barefoot Style OG Cush. Works for me as well. Okay, so those 2 brands of shoes are the only ones that I can wear, so I can't really tell you about other ones. I've worn FootJoys before, and they were great back in the day, but they were too small for my feet in the toe box. So for me,
Premier is saying he has wide feet too, so he's going to check out the New Balance.
yeah, the New Balance, but get the 4E. Okay, they've got a 2. They've got a wide, a 2 wide, and a 4E. The 4E actually feels like my feet can
Breathe.
breathe. They can actually be in the shoe. Okay, that's a big
Edward, can we see a swing?
I'm gonna give you a swing, and I'm gonna give it to you with the Super Duper Mini Training Club. Okay, this club face is the size of the golf ball, so you gotta hit the center of the club. Ooh, yeah.
Caden is asking, how can I assure that I hit the center of the club face every time?
Caden, you're not gonna hit the center of the club face every time, straight up. But you can do your best by putting a piece of masking tape on your golf club when you're practicing so that you can see where you're hitting it on the club face. And then you can make brain adjustments and say, oh, I need to be out more, the club needs to be further away from me, or closer to me, or higher, or lower. And that's how you practice that ball position on your club face thing. Or you get one of these, and you learn how to hit this, which is the Super Duper Mini Iron.
Dominic, any tips to stop chunking the ball or thinning it?
Any tips to stop chunking and thinning the ball? So, Dominic, you want to work on your impact position. And by working on your impact position, I mean first you want to find your impact position, which put the club back behind your right foot. Straighten this, keep this bent, come to the ball there. That's your impact position, and work that length of shot right there. Club shaft leaning forward, hitting that shot. And you're like, that seems boring. Yes, you're right. Consistency is boring. Okay? Boring is consistent. Consistent is boring, but that's exactly what you want. But then you go to the range and you try to smash balls into oblivion over and over and over. When this is what we should be working on. During a range session, you get 100 balls, do 20 of these, then work back 10 more, a little bit longer, like that. And then you add a bit more speed, 10 more back here. Okay? And all you're doing is adding speed to the impact position in practice.
And where can they find that drill?
They can find that drill on YouTube. You'll see I have one that's a hit along with me session, range session for consistency. 100 balls, you put it on your phone, and you stick it with you, and I'll talk you through exactly what you can do to work on consistency. Yes, sir.
Logan, have you heard of the Rapsodo mobile launch monitor?
Have I heard of the Rapsodo?
If you have, should I get that one or the one you have?
Okay, so I have the Rapsodo mobile launch monitor. Okay? I'm not using the Rapsodo mobile launch monitor because it's a pain in the butt to get set up when you're using it. And if it's sunny, your phone goes hot and it stops working. Okay? If you're going to do a Rapsodo, you've got to level up to the MLM2 Pro. Okay? That thing works beautifully. It's about $600, $650. That thing works fantastically. So if you're going to go to the Rapsodo, go to the MLM2 Pro. Skip over the mobile one because this one is better. The PRGR is better for just quick application. The MLM2 Pro will do what you want as far as launch trajectories and more data points, and you can actually connect it to a projector, and so you can use it here. Or you can attach it to an iPad so you can see the shots that you're hitting. So pretty cool.
Okay, J time. I have every iron in my bag. My buddy said I only need 3. Do you agree?
My buddy said I only need what?
3.
3 irons?
So J Time says he has all of his irons in his bag, and his buddy says he only needs 3. What do you agree with?
Okay, so...
So he's asking, do I need less irons in my bag?
Okay, John, I would say it depends how bad you are. Not how good you are, how bad you are. If you're like brand new and you're like pretty handicapped and shooting 120, sure. Put 3 clubs in there and learn how to use them. Put the 4 iron, the 7 iron, and the pitching wedge in there. You'll be just fine. In fact, my left-handed set, I only have a 4 iron, a 7 iron, and a pitching wedge, and then a sandwich, and a driver. So they only have 5 clubs plus a putter. But as you get better, if you're shooting anywhere around 100 or 100 or lower, feel free to keep all the clubs in the bag, no problemo.
Okay, can we see a full swing with the driver?
Yes, we can see a full swing with the driver. Oh, that's pretty. One of those in the golf course. Okay, full swing, driver. See, and that's the thing, is we go to the range, we're like, oh, I want to hit drivers. And I understand, I do too, but that isn't necessarily what's going to get us.
You only hit your driver 18 times on the course.
I know, not even. 14.
Not even, 14.
And that's only if there isn't a short par 4. Could be 12.
So then why do you spend all your time at the range using a
Why
driver?
do you spend all your time at the range hitting your driver? I don't know. Maybe people should actually spend some time chipping and like pitching.
Whoa.
See, the pitching is hard because it's like, well, golf clubs don't want you to practice pitching because then you dent the greens. And then on the range, it's like you don't feel like you get the most out of it. It's like I paid for these range balls. I want to smash them into oblivion. I don't want to hit little like 50 yards. But let me tell you what made me very good. The 50-yard shot. Okay? Get a staple 50-yard shot in your bag, and that would be great. Oh,
Okay, I have a question.
yep.
Michaela's tips on why I am hitting the ball either straight left or straight right.
Woo! Why am I hitting the ball straight left or straight right? Well, I would start by going to bigswingkings.com/free swing. You'll see the link in bigswingkings.com/go. Okay, the link there, bigswingkings.com/go is my link tree. And you can see submit free swing analysis. Go there and submit your swing for analysis because then I have to look at it because there's a lot of different reasons why you could be hitting it left and right. And that is impressive, let me tell you, if you're hitting it both directions.
Okay. Hellhounds 01. I'm kind of new. Am swinging with no power and getting good contact. How do I add power properly? Ooh, that's a good question.
Good question.
That
How
is-
do I add power properly? I'm getting good contact with slow speed, but when I add speed, then I'm...
No, he's just asking how do I add power properly.
How do you add power properly? Okay, how you add power properly. This is my visualization technique, so you can see it. It's with your feet, okay?
Oh, somebody says power equal biceps.
These-
No, it doesn't.
No, biceps are nice. The ladies like them. But, I think, I don't know. I don't know anymore. But power actually comes from these guys here. Okay? Now,
But biceps used to be the mentality that you were pulling through.
yeah, the reason I have giant triceps is because that used to be the concept, is that the tricep was pulling. But it's not actually true, okay? You push on the way back, okay? Push there. And then you push on the way through, okay? It feels like this toe comes out, okay? And the more you push, the more speed and power you're going to get almost effortlessly, okay? So let me give you an example. This is no push off of my left side. A half swing, no push. This is half swing, full push. Okay? The whole thing explodes faster even though I did nothing more with my upper body. Because your base is turning, that is where your power is coming from. And that's actually one of the drills that you can do, is do like quarter swings and then power through the ball by pushing off your left foot. And let's do that with an iron here. With a 7 iron or something. If I do a quarter swing with my 7 iron, okay, I can still get, actually let me just a second, I gotta switch the batteries in my launch monitor. And then I'm gonna measure that. Just hold with me for 2 seconds. Yes, I have a package of AAA batteries sitting right here for my launch monitor. But not so much for me, because my son tends to use it quite a bit. And he's always, for the last month, he's like, "God, I need more batteries." So I bought a Costco pack of batteries for him. So let's test it. Okay, just pause on the questions here for just a second. And let's test this and see what we can get for speed with a quarter swing pushing through. Okay.
Scott McCauley, we can't see your comment that came up. So if he has a question, ask it again.
Scott McCauley, if you have a question, I didn't see your question there. My wife didn't see your question. So let me give you a baseline 7-iron here. I'm looking at swing speed. That's the important measurement here, the club head speed. Okay. 94 miles an hour. Okay. Let's see what I can get up to with like a quarter swing or a quarter, and it's going to look a little bit longer than a quarter. It feels like a quarter, so let me just see what we can do here. Okay, 76 miles per hour on a quarter swing. Let's see if we can go any higher than that. 76 again. Push harder, baby. Push harder.
Oh, Scott says, hitting heel of driver last 2 rounds. Nothing has worked to correct it.
Hitting heel of driver, nothing has worked to correct it. Okay. Oh! Whew, definitely gets you pushing. Okay, now I'm going to go to a full swing and see if my pushing effort has done anything. Let's chill the swing now. I don't know if that was accurate, but I read it 100. Anyways, that's what you do. Is you work on those short backswing shots, and power through the ball. Great drill to do. I'm hitting the heel of my driver, he says.
Yep.
Hitting the heel of my driver, and my wife doesn't love me anymore because I'm hitting the heel. No, sorry, that wasn't it.
No, but nothing has worked to correct it.
Oh, nothing. Nothing has worked to correct it. Okay, here's my challenge for you. And that is, if you're hitting the heel of your driver, that means that the club is too far in front of you when you get to the ball. So what I want you to do is I want you to set up normally. Then I want you with the same balance, and not leaning forward or backwards, same balance, to shuffle your feet backwards until the driver is on the toe of the ball. Okay? That's where I want you to start. And hit there and see what happens, and then reach out to me and let me know. Because you start simple and go from there. So if you're hitting the heel of your driver, because your club's too close to you, so move away from it and swing again. Line it up at the toe and swing from there. Oh man, I split that one.
Uh-oh.
Hit it so hard. The pink ball couldn't take it.
Where are all of your golf balls?
I may have lost a few in the woods when I was doing my
Scott says, you're the man, going to the range now. Thank you, bye.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I when someone's like, get me to the driving range.
Speaking of driving range, somebody was asking what kind of a setup we got here,
Oh,
so maybe
what
we
kind
could
of
go
setup
over
we
the
have here?
deets.
So we've got a Quonset shed, which is a self-fabricated. My father-in-law and I fabricated the thing with a company called something. I don't remember the name of the company. Anyways, so it's supposed to be our sports shed, which is like a tractor and a boat and like big stuff. But I've commandeered it with golf stuff so that I can do these things online with you guys. Then I have a Spornia large size auto return net, which you can get on Amazon for $5.50, Sherry?
The $6.50
$6.50. Okay, $6.50.
on Canadian.
In Canada, so
Yep.
for $4.75 American, $6.50 Canadian. And then I've got a Forb Golf F-O-R-B.
So it's Andrew
Golf.
McBride was asking.
Andrew, yeah, a Forb Golf mat, which is found at ForbGolf.com, like Ford, like the crappy cars, but mats with the.
Ooh, you might stir up some stuff with that one.
Uh-oh, might stir some trouble.
What about the net?
The net?
Did you go over the net?
Yeah, the sport
sorry.
net large size auto return. If you send me a link or send me a DM, I can send you links to the different stuff that I have. Okay?
Okay, Fernando is asking, when do you start turning on the backswing?
Fernando, when do you start turning on the backswing? Well, Fernando, if you start with your feet instead of your arms, you will figure it out much more quickly. Okay? So if I go like this, my hands behind my back, and I want to turn backwards, I'm not going to go like this. Okay? I'm going to go push, push, there. Look, the whole thing just turns back properly instead of like, do I go like this? Do I go like this? You got to push on the way back and then push on the way through. Okay? That's the golf swing. You need your feet. Down on your feet. So I push back, push through.
Okay. Ooh, where did that go? Aiden is asking, so when I hit my driver, how can I stop it from curving automatically? Can you show me an example?
When I'm hitting my driver, how do I stop it from curving automatically? I can promise you, man, it is not curving automatically. You are curving it. Okay? So the first thing we need to do with anything to do with golf is speak to ourselves in words of truth. You are applying side spin to the ball. Okay? And the side spin you're applying is whichever way it's going. Okay? So if you're applying a side spin this way, and you want it to go the other way, let me show you in terms of a bigger ball. Okay, here's a racket, also known as a flat surface, just like your golf club is a flat surface. And I have a round ball here. Well, actually, it's a bit flat at the moment, but give me a second to move it around. Voila, round ball. Okay, so I got a flat surface and I got a round ball. So if your ball is spinning that way, you see that? You see it? You see it spin off to the right? That's because I applied side spin. If I want it to go the other way, now I have applied the opposite spin. So you need to start working short shots, applying the opposite spin. You might even do it with a racket, okay? To feel what it's like to spin it the different directions. No side spin is a straight shot. Right to left side spin is a draw. Left to right side spin is a slice. And so what you do is you start back here at the ball with short little shots, which are no fun on the driving range because like, I'm not hitting it far enough to make it worthwhile. Okay, and you start thinking, how do I get the club to move straight through the ball with the club face square? Any club face issues, just turn and regrip. Turn and regrip. Obviously, I'm showing you the exaggerated version, okay? Right there, and work on that shot. Once you can hit that shot straight, then you start adding speed to it. If you want help along the way, I've got a course, a video course that's $58 that'll walk you through all the way from impact, what I was just showing you, all the way to your full swing. That can be found at baseballkings.com/go. Okay, next question, Sherry.
Ooh, puzzle piece.
And by the way, that's exactly what I have been working on lately, just the impact position, and I cannot stress to you enough how amazing it is how straight I'm hitting the ball off the tee right now. I'm hitting just about every fairway, and it's just going straight. It's not curving anyway, it's just straight, and it's beautiful. And all it is working that right there. Okay, I just want to get there. There it is. Next question.
Tokomi is asking, is it common to injure the muscle in your back, under your left shoulder blade, near your spine? I'm new.
Okay, is it common to injure your, like, right under here?
Yes,
Okay,
it is.
Absolutely it is. This is very, very common, okay? Now, the fix for it, there's a muscle under here that is rather hard to get at. If you go to a young sports physio guy, I say young because the teaching in chiro and physio changed a few years back. So the new guys coming out of school and starting their practices are doing this, and it's more of a motion-based muscle fixing. But explain the problem to them back in here, and they will press and pull, press and pull. I have a guy that I go to now and again that fixes that for me in Abbotsford, British Columbia. But so if you're close to there, I can give you a recommendation. But otherwise, go to a young sports physio guy, and get that problem worked out.
You can also lay on a golf ball.
In 2 to 3 things, he'll get you pretty fixed up. The other thing that you can do is put a golf ball on the ground like that, and actually lay on the golf ball and set it on the spot, and relax onto that muscle that is in pain. Oh, that feels good. Oh yeah. Okay, next question.
How much knee bend do you think you should have?
How
Fernando is asking how much knee bend.
Oh, how much knee bend should you have? You should have, if my legs are straight there, basically there. It doesn't have to be here. It's not like a free throw where you're springing up. Okay? You want to keep them flexible, and you're going to have enough to be able to do this motion here. Next question.
Where'd you get the mat?
Where did I get the mat? I got it from a company called Forb, F-O-R-B, forbgolf.com.
Zayden Weller, what are your best tips when it comes to hitting irons?
What are my best tips for when it comes to hitting irons? Get to the ball at impact with the shaft leaning forward and your hip opening left, or your left leg straightening up, whichever way you want to look at that. So if you want to practice that, okay, shaft leaning forward, drop your right foot back, okay, and work there, swinging here. Okay, that is going to allow you to make sure you push that front foot back.
Okay, golfer in Sunset. When I hit the ball, there's a lot of impact in my wrist. Do you know how to fix this?
There's
A lot of impact
wrist.
on my wrist. Do you know how to fix this?
Right, so when I hit, there's a lot of impact on my wrist. I assume, yeah, so what I would do if I was you is I'm guessing that your spine angle is too far forward, and then you're coming down into the ball too much. So I would recommend pushing this a little bit back, which is going to level out your swing plane on the ground, so you won't hit down into the ground as much, and should help alleviate some of that wrist issue.
B. Dave, do you focus on your right arm staying connected during your swing?
Do I focus on my right arm staying connected during my swing? No, I don't. I focus on my hands getting to there. Okay, that's what I want. I want that feel, that motion right there. I'm just trying to get to there. Okay? That's the feel that I have. So I'm here, and I'm just trying to get my hands to that spot and turn through. Okay? So, no, whatever my right arm is doing during the swing, I'm not focused on what it's doing. I'm turning back, and I'm trying to get to that spot with my hands.
We have 2 or 3 people asking if you were a pro.
Was I a pro? Yes, I was. I was a playing professional. I won 12 professional events, though nothing you're going to find anywhere because they were small little ones, mini tour kind of things. But yes, I was a pro, and then I went a different direction for a good portion of my life in photo, video, wedding, media, and now I'm back into the golfing world full bore because I love it and I can't do without golfing.
Adrian Castillo, how do I fix a chicken wing?
Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna. First of all, you turn off that Sony. Okay, you fix a chicken wing by continuing to turn through the ball. If I get down to the ball and I'm stopping my body, the only way for my club to continue is for me to go like this. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to put your driving buffalo, here's my driving buffalo, underneath your arm on the lead side, and you want to work keeping it underneath your arm through the swing. Okay, you want to do that drill right there over and over and over. And if you let driving buffalo fall to the ground, he's going to be sad. Okay, and you don't want driving buffalo to be sad. You want to be happy and hitting good shots. Okay, make your buffalo happy. Next question.
Jack wants to know how much did the mat cost?
The mat was about $350, but then this rubber base underneath, which is really handy, was like 650. So the whole thing together was 1,000, but if you want just the mat, it was like 350.
What grips are you using?
What grips am I using? I'm using the non-taper Jumbo Max Small Ultralight, the black tape version.
Anthony, tips on approach 25 to 50 yards out.
Chips on approach, or
No, tips.
Tips on approach.
Chip, not chips and dip.
Not chips and dip. We're talking chips and approach. Okay, 50 yards out. All right, let's get out the sand wedge here. That's the club I like to use for this shot, so I'm going to use it. Okay. Great question, because these are challenging. But if you've been following along, you've been watching anything, if you've seen any of my crap online, you'll know that I want to focus on the impact position. And that is no different with the short shots as it is with the full shots, okay? So with the short shots, I want to focus on my impact position. All I'm doing is adding speed to it. I'm just adding less speed than I would with a full swing. So the tip is this: get to your ball, set up, get to impact, which is there, good, and just be working on that shot there, which obviously needs work because I didn't hit that one very well. Right there. That was better. Okay? Now let's do it again. Let's try to hit the same shot. There it is. Let's try it again. Let's see if I can hit the same shot. Nope, I missed that one. Okay, let's say I wanted the 50-yard shot. Get to impact. Now it's 50-yard power. Okay? That's what this little thing is really good for, because this will give you distances. So if I put that into sand wedge mode, which is right there, then I can actually get a reference. So here in my garage, I can actually work on those shots and say, hey, that was 40 yards. Okay, no, I'm sorry, that was 30 yards. Looked at the wrong number. Let's go to 50. Okay. Sweet. Okay, so that one was a 48-yard shot. So now I can come back here and say, okay, I know what that felt like. Let's see if I can do it again. Oh, 47. Not bad. Touch short. Let's see if I can give it a bit more yardage. So that's where these little launch monitors really help. That's 53 yards. Okay. So with those 4 shots, we've got about 6-yard gapping.
What is that thing called?
That's the PRGR launch monitor, and you can find that with a 10% discount if you go to bigswingkings.com/go and click on Super Speed Golf. They have it for sale there.
We've got a few questions.
Okay.
Christian wants to know what your handicap is.
My handicap currently is a plus 4.2, although I haven't entered my round from 3 days ago, so it might be 4.1. Anyways, the other side of scratch.
Steven on the sticks, I think is how you pronounce this. Best score in 18.
My best score in 18 is a 63, though my best round that I ever played was a 64, and it was a much tougher golf course to the wind, and it was just lovely. But 63.
Majestic Reels. Can you transition your weight to be your lead side? Are you also pushing off from your trail side? When?
Okay, so you're talking about the interaction of your feet and the ground. Like when you put your weight on the front, are you also pushing from the trail to the front? Okay? In an ideal world, yes. In reality, difficult. Okay, the way you do it is you actually get an elastic band, and there are training aids like this, but you get an elastic band and you put them around your knees here like this, so that when you're keeping your knees close together. Look, if I push back on this foot, and I don't want this one to come forward, okay, that means it has to go this way, which is a really awkward motion. Like if I squeeze those muscles together, I promise you at the gym, you do not do that exercise where you're squeezing those legs together. But the action is actually a squish right here, okay? It's a push off here and a squish. It's a rather complicated motion to get down. So before you do that, I want you to focus on this lead foot pushing backwards. That's going to take care of a lot of the motion. But yes, ideally, you want to squeeze those knees together and keep them nice and close. If you look at Tiger in his prime, oh yeah, there's definitely push off the inside, push off the front side, everything's staying together. It's like, how on earth do you get there at that speed? Anyways, in an ideal world.
Aiden is asking a number of times. So when I hit my driver, how can I stop it from curving automatically? Can you show me an example? Which I think you answered earlier, but can we go over it again just because?
He's asking a lot of questions. Feel free to DM me and I'll get back to you specifically. The example is this. You're not going to like my example because you're going to be like, that's too silly. It's not silly. It's what you actually have to do. Okay? This is you currently. Okay? That's your auto spin to the right. If you want it to go the other direction, you have to go and spin it the opposite way. And in that effort to use spinning it the opposite way, you're going to learn what it feels like to be in the middle of that and to hit it straight. Because what you really want is for that ball to go straight. It has to do with down here at the ball, not to do with everything that's happening at the top of your swing. Okay? Work on it at the ball, spin the ball from right to left. Next question.
There isn't one.
Fantastic! I want to talk to you guys quickly about what I've been working on. And the reason, normally I just like to answer questions and whatnot, but I've been working a lot lately on removing spin from the ball. Okay? And
That's not where I thought you were going with that.
What were you going to say?
Mindset.
Mindset? Yeah, I'm working there too, but that's not where I'm going right now.
Okay.
Removing side spin from the ball, focusing specifically on getting the club going back and through, straight through impact. And what's required for that is that your upper body is essentially just doing this through impact, but your lower body is doing all the turning stuff. And your big muscles are doing all the turning stuff. So if I was to lock everything in there and not move anything, my lower body is doing the turning stuff. And I get my arms back into it, and the arms go with it. But doing this day in and day out, and while I'm on here with you guys, I'm actively working on this thing. I'm getting to impact over and over again, and I'm just working on getting that thing going straight through the impact zone, keeping the club face pointed to the target for as long as humanly possible. Okay? And as I'm doing that, my accuracy, I don't like talking about myself. I don't like patting my own back. But holy crap, I'm hitting the ball so freaking straight that I want you all to experience this. Okay? I want you to experience being able to hit all of your shots straight where you're pointing. And it's not complicated. It's actually really boring. I'm sorry to say, it's really boring. There was a hole, one of the holes on this golf course that we played a few days ago has been my nemesis through the years. It's a mid-length par 5, probably 540 from the tips. And you've got the driving premium off the tee. There's an accuracy premium in that. There's water all down the left side, and there's a bunker that comes in on the right, which means that the landing area is really quite narrow. And if you miss it left, you're wet. And if you miss it right, you're buried in a steep bunker. So you got to hit it down the slope. And I got there this round, and I teed up. I'm like, man, this hole's always had my number. Screw it. All I'm going to do is try to hit it straight, and I'm going to pick exactly the line that I want. And it was like 10 yards right of the water. I'm like, screw it. Let's just do it. And I freaking smashed it. I hit it 343 yards because it landed on a downslope, and it was just a bullet right down the left-hand side. I don't want to use the word perfect, but I'm going to because it was center of face. It didn't move right or left. It was exactly on my line, and I actually stood there for a moment. My son's like, dang, that was a good one. And I just watched it, and I was like, wow, that is really cool. And all of that crap you can practice in your living room, and that's where I've been practicing this stuff, is right here, just working back and forth, through the ball, back and forth, straight back, straight through, have that club come through the ball straight, and guess what? My chipping has improved, my irons have improved, my driver has improved, my fairway woods have improved, so much so that I played with a couple of pros 2 weeks ago, and they said, holy crap, man, you're just hitting it straight. And I hadn't really realized that this was paying off until that. But when good players start looking at stuff and being like, oh, yeah, I'm starting to see something there, I am doubling down on this activity. Okay, doubling down on this straightness because it's so much fun to look at where you're pointing and just get it there. Yes, sir.
Scott, who was off to the driving range,
Yep.
5 shots.
5 shots?
He says, everyone came off the tow center where I was before. Got my drawback. Thank you, sir.
Beauty! Fixing problems while you're at the driving range. Love it, man. Next time you have a problem, feel free to reach out. Happy to help. Okay.
Leland Burnett, should I always choke all the way to the bottom of my grips if it's comfortable for me?
Should I always choke to the bottom of my grips if it's comfortable for me? Absolutely. Yeah, whatever's comfortable for you. To show you what I'm actually doing right now is because I love incorporating the same length idea into my club. So I've got 2 same length sets of irons. One's variable from 7 to 4, and one same length all the way from 4 to 12, which is with the longer irons, I'm actually shortening them by gripping down like that. That's why I've got the non-taper Jumbo Max. And playing them the length of all my other clubs unless I need extra height and spin. Okay? So I'm actually playing them down there like that so they play just like all of the rest of my clubs. Right there. Boom. And my accuracy with my long irons has been ridiculous. And then if I want a little extra distance, a little extra speed, then I'm gripping all the way down to the end. So yeah, no problem. Anything else there, Sherry?
Yeah, well, MJ, let's see some swings.
See some swings.
Okay. User, I'm a lefty and I keep drawing it right. Please help.
Lefty and I keep drawing it right. So anytime you have draw issues, the first thing that you want to do is you want to take your normal grip, let go of it, twist the club opposite to where you're hitting it, and hit again. Okay? That your draw is one of the easiest things to fix because most often it's a club face angle issue, which is easily fixed simply by letting go, re-gripping, and starting again. So go to the range, try it open, go so far open that it doesn't go to the right, and then dial back to the shot shape that you want.
Okay, Keith P., I'm pulling my irons a lot to the left. Any ideas?
I'm pulling my irons a lot to the left. Yes, every swing problem, every golf ball destination problem has to do with 2 things. The path that the club is coming through on and the face angle when you hit it. So where the face is pointing and where the club is moving. And so if you are straight pulling it to the left, that means that your club path is coming like this, and your face is square to that line. So you're pulling it across that way. So if you want to change your swing path, you've got 2 options. One, you can aim to the right and play the pull. Okay, that's option 1, which requires no changing other than turning to the right. Or option 2, coming down here to the ball and working. So if you're coming across this way, you want to work the opposite and come inside out with the short shots. And that's the good loop. And if you want to work the good loop, then you go to YouTube, go to my channel, Big Swing Kings, and search for the video, The Good Loop. That thing is super handy, and it's teaching you this right here. Out this way, under there. Okay?
Okay, Eddie Hunt. Right before I hit the ball, I go up on my toes. Why?
Right before I hit the balls, I go up on my toes. Well, Eddie Hunt, there's a very good chance that you, at impact, you go like this. And I want you to record your swing from behind and then slow-mo it and freeze frame it on the impact position. I'm going to guess that you're here. Okay? And the reason you're there is because your hip's getting in the way. So the only way to get past is to move them out like that. And so even if the swing looks good fast, oftentimes you're there at impact. So if your hands, things to look for, if your hands are higher than they start, so they go here, that's no good. Okay, and what you want to work on is getting your butt backwards. If I work on getting butt backwards, then that's going to help me counter what you're doing.
Mister, how do I stop leaving a big divot and chunking the ball when I use my irons?
How do I stop leaving a big divot and chunking it with my irons? You tilt your spine angle this way. A little bit. Just a little bit. It's not a big change, just a small change. That will change the plane of the bottom of your swing and may help you chunk the ball less deeply. If you want to hit it more consistently, though, you need to get your hands in front of the ball there, straightening that front leg and doing that motion right there, and then practicing that shot. Your hands in front of the ball, boom, right there.
Dylan, how come I'm always topping my chips from the rough when I'm so close to the green?
How come I'm always topping my chips from the rough when I'm so close to the green? Well, probably because you don't have enough dip to go with your chips. You don't have enough salsa, or you've put pineapple salsa in there, and not like the regular salsa fresca. Oftentimes you top them, but you're hitting.
Circling back.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about chips and dip. Your club is too high coming into the ball in the rough. And so what I would recommend doing is set up like you're normally doing, and then take like a ball width movement backwards, but keep your club in the same spot. So like everything moves back from the ball, and then try that way. Okay, so basically what you're doing is you're just adjusting yourself away, like back from the ball, so that you're giving yourself more freedom for the club to get through.
Hey, does anybody have any questions? We have just a couple.
Have any questions? Just have a couple more minutes here, and then we'll call it a night. We'll see you guys again Tuesday evening at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific. Yes, Sherry?
Sean, how should the hands be after impact? Should my wrist be flipped?
Excuse me. How should the hands be after impact? Should my wrists be flipped? Oh, no. But some people will tell you yes. I'm going to disagree with those people. If you are flipping your wrists, and he's talking like this, okay? Theoretically, you're going to get more speed with the club head. Now, in my experience, testing both of them back and forth, I've not seen a measurable difference in speed by flipping hands across. Though, there are many who do it, okay? I prefer holding the club face at the target as long as possible, which means that there's no timing issues. If I go fast or slow, I'm still going to be able to time it properly. If I'm trying to turn my wrists over, I have to get it just right, and my margin for error drops. I don't like dropping the margin for error. I want a big margin for error, because I'm human and I suck. And I want to make sure that as many shots as humanly possible will go towards their target. And to do that, I want to turn through the ball and hit the ball at my target as many times as I can. And if you look at the best ball strikers through history, there's a consistent keeping the club face square for a long time through impact that streaky players don't seem to have. Okay? Argument started, ball dropped, feel free to argue with me, but I want that, not flipping.
Okay, Nolan, how do you fix a slice?
Nolan, how do you fix a slice? You learn, Nolan, how to apply the opposite side spin to the ball. If I was slicing with my wedge here, and I was applying left to right spin, I would need to start learning how to apply right to left spin. Okay, that's really ugly, I understand. So you're going to go to YouTube, and you're going to go to my channel, and you're going to go watch a video called The Good Loop. The Good Loop. Search it, The Good Loop. And that will teach you exactly what I would tell you right here if I had time.
Dylan, how do I stop hitting my 3-wood low and left?
How do I stop hitting my 3-wood low and left? So your problems with your 3-wood exist in the rest of your golf swing too. It's just that the rest of the clubs are a little bit more lofted, and so you get away with it. With the 3-wood, there's very little margin for error. So your low and left has to do with a across the path club path, okay, across this way, and club face square. So what I would recommend to start with, you've got your grip, I want you to let go, spin the club to the right, and hit again. You do that at the range with 30 balls, playing only with how far to the right in your hands the club face is pointing, and see what happens, and see if you can feel the shot that you need.
Equality Master is asking, how do you hit the ball long coming out of the sand?
How do you hit the ball long coming out of the sand? There's not much magical about the sand. The sand is difficult. You have to clip the ball first. It's helpful if your hands are in front of the ball, but oftentimes in the sand you have to lift it up above a lip, which means that you actually want a higher launch angle, which means that your descent path isn't as forgiving in sand. It's difficult. They're hazards for a reason. I found that by twisting my club face a little bit to the left in my hands before hitting, and then aiming a touch right has really helped me hit my intended yardages from the bunker. So I would try that first.
Toby says normal shorts today.
Normal shorts, well, I mean, they're not exactly normal, but yes, they have been short.
Oh, Barefoot Golfer, advice for hitting a 6 high or lower.
Advice for hitting a 6 iron or lower. Yes, you just want to, it's simple. You just want to adjust your spine angle a little bit back for the longer irons and a little bit forward for the short irons. Okay, just there like that, and that's going to help make it easier. Now, what's going to happen with your longer irons when you do that, you're going to hit them right, so just twist the club face left in your hands just a little bit. How are we doing on questions? Are we nearing the end there?
We do, yeah, we have a few more. Slam and Sam, I have problems getting my back hip through. I slide more than twist.
Problems getting my back.
He does what I do. He sways.
So he's going this way.
Yeah, instead of rotating.
My wife has that problem. Okay, sway instead of rotate. How do you fix it?
I can tell you how to fix it.
How do you fix it, honey?
Turn.
Like it says turn.
It genuinely, you have to think, keep my legs still, turn my back.
Okay.
That's how I
She's
do it.
saying turn your back this way. I would go a step further than that, and I would say use the ground and push back, and then push back. So you're pushing in that direction. It's not pushing this direction. It's pushing this foot so that you go backwards. Okay? In fact, I'm going to tell my wife to try the same thing. Push back, push through instead of sway this way. Okay? The ground is your friend. Use it.
When do you turn on backswing?
When do you turn on the backswing? I turn with my hips to start. Okay, so I turn there and let everything else follow.
And that's actually a drill he practices often.
Naked in the bathroom.
While waiting for the water to warm up in the shower.
You're just going this way. You're pushing. I'm feeling it in my shoe, pushing that way.
Well, usually it's with your foot.
Yeah, if I showed you on this balance board, it would look like push, 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 push. Okay? You're pushing, as I say, the ground is your friend. Use it.
Okay. Connor Flynn, I'm struggling to hit my 3 hybrid up in the air. Any tips?
I'm struggling to hit my 3 hybrid up in the air. Any tips? Yes. So with the 3 hybrid, again, you want to tilt your spine angle a little bit further back. This way.
Austin says, Coach once said, act like you're slapping someone in the face with your thing.
Act like you're slapping somebody in the face with your thing.
Can't get that.
The dingle dangle. Oh, baby, that's a good thought. I like that one.
Can't get that out of your head now.
No, especially, you need to think of Oh boy, yeah, that's a lot of visions coming to mind there. Thanks for that visual. That's wonderful. That's crowdsourcing golf coaching right there.
Sorry, the other question was, I struggle to hit my 3 hybrid up in the air.
I did answer it. He's gonna tell you
Oh,
spine
okay.
back.
We got distracted by
You did by
things.
the dingle dangle hit the face.
Um,
You know what? If you hit a dingle dangle with your ringle angle, you're gonna get a sad face golf ball. That's probably where that.
probably on both faces.
Yeah, that way.
What grips are you using?
What grips am I using? I'm using the Jumbo Max size small in the ultralight non-taper blackout version. Okay.
Any tips how to not slice my driver?
How do I not slice my driver?
There's another one. How to not slice my driver.
How do you not slice your driver?
How to not slice your
How do you
driver.
not slice your driver? So if you're slicing your driver, it seems to be a common problem in golf today. You are adding side spin to the ball. Side spin is going left to right, or if you're right left-hander, right to left. And that side spin is causing the slice. So you actively need to start spinning the ball sideways, the opposite direction. It's going to feel really awkward at first. Okay? But you're going to do it in the short shots. You and your driver just work on spinning the ball from right to left in the short shots. If you can do it in the short shots, you have a chance in the long shots. Go to YouTube at Big Swing Kings, and I've got a video on there called The Good Loop. That's The Good Loop on YouTube, and that video will show you exactly what I will teach you.
Okay. Wade, will 60-degree go over?
Will 60 degree go over?
I don't know what that means.
It means, is it going to go over this net?
Oh.
Let's find out. It didn't that time, but I can go higher. I can go higher. Oh, that was a little bit too spinny.
Okay, we have another question.
Too spinny. Oh yeah, not quite.
When you are looking at the ball, do you look at a specific spot to help you stay down? So can we talk some questions about setup?
Sure, we can talk some questions about setup. So the question is, when you're looking at the ball, do you look at a specific spot to help you stay down? Staying down has nothing to do with looking at the ball. Staying down has to do with your hips right here standing back. Okay, so if you're having problems staying down, work getting your butt backwards. Okay, getting this angle here and leaving space between your hips and your hands. As far as where to look, I like to choose a dimple on the ball. But I'm so ADD that I can't look at it for the entirety of the swing, so sometimes I move to a piece of grass that's out in front of the ball. But yes, I do try to take a dimple that's on the ball and look at it, but that's not the staying. Those two are not correlated, the staying down and the looking at it. I can stay looking at a spot and I can raise up and I can stay down and look wherever I want. Okay? It has to do with the angle here. Keeping that there.
Somebody is asking, oh, sorry. Eric Lawhorn, can you show us the best way to hold a club?
Actually, the best way to hold the club, absolutely.
We haven't answered that question tonight, so it seems like a good time.
So, what do I do? I want to hold the club in my left hand, or my lead hand, and I'm going to poke it straight out. Now, you see how the club is not straight up and down there? I want to twist it in my hand until it is straight up and down. That's where I want my left hand grip. Okay? My right hand grip, I want to put top down on the club so that this line right here goes straight up my shoulder. Okay? Those two together will give you a good starting point for your grip.
60-degree used to go 90 yards. Now I can't get my 50-degree 90 yards. Is that a compression issue?
Yes, I used to be able to get my 60, 90 yards, now I can't get my 50, 90 yards. Yes, it's a compression issue in that you're getting the ball there, not here. So get your hands in front of the ball, okay, and be working that drill. Okay, there's your impact position with your hands in front. Just work that over and over and over, and then add speed to it, and before you know it, your 50 will be going 120.
Slammin' Sam has another question. Hand movement on the first move down to the ball.
Hand movement when I first move down to the ball. Okay. Your hand movement, let me get it longer from here. Let's get the training Ultra Mini 7. Okay, your hand movement from the top back here should look like this. There's no movement. The body starts going, the hands stay back, and then they catch up. Okay, so what's going to happen is, if this all stays pinned to the chest, and you're turning your lower body, it's still pinned to the chest, and you're quite literally doing that. And your hands are a byproduct of the rest of that movement. Okay, so if I start here, the hands will drop. Okay? They'll come down to the club. I don't have to move them anywhere. What I have to do is I need to straighten that leg and keep all of this back here so that's the coil. And that coil is where your power comes from. And the more separation there is in that coil, the more power you're getting, that's going to release down into the ball.
We have some hooking questions.
Hookers? We've got hookers on the line.
We do have hookers
This
on the line.
isn't OnlyFans, Sherry. This is golf
I don't
on
know, those
Sunday night.
shorts could be questionable.
Sherry says the shorts are questionable.
I'm hooking the ball and my alignment seems out of whack, but my ball striking is still pure.
So if you're hooking it and you're still hitting it consistently, what does that mean? You ready to be done?
Nope.
Oh,
I just need a break for a few seconds.
okay. I'm going to chat about hooking. Sherry needs to take a quick break from questions, so let me just talk about hooking. When you're hooking the ball, your club face at impact is pointed to the left if you're right-handed. So if all you do, okay, is let go of the club, twist it to the right, and re-grip the same way you had it, but now the club's pointed more to the right, you're going to solve a lot of those problems in your hooks. So I want you to over-exaggerate. I like to fix things by over-exaggerating them. So if my problem is left, I want to over-exaggerate it right, and then dial back to where I want it to be. So if I'm hooking it way left like that, I'm going to open the club face in my hands, okay? Re-grip, so it's pointing way right, and just the same move. Now it's going to go to the right. Okay, great. I fixed the problem. It's not going to the left. So now how then do I make it go back to where I want? I just dial that face further and further back towards where I want it to be by letting go, twisting, re-gripping. And that is one of the easiest and biggest things you can do in your golf swing that will help you fix problems on a day-to-day basis. You're always going to have problems, you're always going to have setup issues. Just twist the club face in your hands a little bit. I tend to get the club face pointed to the right. Okay, my tendency is to be there. And then what happens is I compensate because I want to go in a certain direction, and then my swing comes across the ball and I end up pull cutting it. Okay? Fine. So my fix is actually turn the club face to the left and swing out at it. That changed my path from in to out a little bit. That's my tendency, and so I have to check that from time to time. And how I check it, again, is right back here at the ball, okay, doing this, right here, this shot. Boom. If that's going where I want it, then I start adding speed to it. That's how I start a range session as well. You don't have to swing full. Okay, realistically, when I'm starting a range session, I get up, I take a forehand, and I quite literally, do one of those, where there's no expectation of the ball going anywhere. It has nothing to do with my pick the foot, and just get moving the body in the right direction. And then the next thing that I do once I'm feeling a little bit more relaxed, a little bit looser, is I go down to those half and quarter swings at impact. So I go find my impact position right there, and I just hit that shot. Because that shot is something I can repeat, something I can do, something I can keep doing. Right? Over and over and over, make sure that I'm going the right direction. If there's something wrong at this point, then I will actually make the adjustment here on these shots before moving back to a full shot. And this helps, gets me all set up for the day before I even warm up. Okay? That's how you go about doing it. Okay. Jerry is back. She's cleaned up a few of the balls for me. We got a few more minutes here before my voice is going to give out. So if you have a question, feel free to drop it in there. If there's questions in there, we'll get to them in just a second. Just grabbing some balls here from the from the net, and I tend to hit a few into the garage now and again. So let's just clean them up here a second. No, I don't have any jokes, sorry. Not a very funny guy. Actually, I don't have any cleaning jokes, that's more the problem.
Found them.
Did you find some? How many did you get? Just roll up on here. Oh boy. Hey, you didn't. Ooh. Ooh. That's worse than that. Okay, maybe fix the ball from here. Where at? Golf balls. Saved for later. That's exciting. Good job, Jerry. See, that's why Larry a good wife. She finds all of the areas of my life that I've fallen short and points them out. Actually, my wife is often the one who fixes any swing problems that I might have. She's incredibly good at seeing body positions and that kind of thing, and she'll stand there and say, "Why are you being so stupid?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? Why are you doing this stupid thing?" And then she fixes it, and then I figure it out. So, thanks, honey.
Ethan, why am I topping my driver?
Why am I topping my driver? Simple. Either the ball is not teed up high enough, or your club head is just going through the ball too high. So go lower through the ball, Ethan.
Okay, Slam and Sam, do you give lessons, analyze videos? So maybe you should take a minute to
Do I
talk
give
about
lessons,
what you
videos?
offer.
Yes, I do. If you go to bigswingkings.com/go, or just send me a DM and we can chat by text or phone. And,
What are the other things that you offer?
Yes, I'm getting it.
Oh.
And we can chat. But if you want some online specific coaching, go to my website, bigswingkings.com, and you'll see some options that I have there. I also have some video courses that can walk you through a specific solution, like fixing the shanks or getting more compression, ball striking. And I'm currently working on one for slices and for the mindset of playing golf. But yes, absolutely, feel free to go to the website and have a look, or DM me, and I'm happy to help you.
Where'd you get the net?
Where'd they get the net? I got the net from a place called Amazon, and it's the Scornia large size auto returning net, indoor-outdoor net. It's wonderful.
How hard do you grip the club? Fernando is asking.
Fernando wants to know how hard I'm gripping the club. So for me, there's pressure under here on the bottom, like pulling up this way on the bottom of the grip. But I would call it like if 10 was strongest and 1 was weakest, I'd say about 4, somewhere around there.
JH, can you please give simple driver takeaway and tutorial? Struggling.
Struggling with the driver. Okay, struggling with the takeaway specifically, he's talking about some drills for takeaway. Oh yes, good old takeaway. Here's my problem with the takeaway. We spend so much time on the takeaway that we spend no time whatsoever on where we actually need to be at impact. So I get people working on things like this, where you're keeping your hands behind the line and you're setting there if you're a set it and forget it kind of guy, okay? Or keeping it back here. That's all good stuff, okay? But it's only good stuff if you can get to there where you're supposed to be at impact. If you're here, that's not going to work. If you're here, which a lot of guys are, isn't going to work. So I believe that by focusing on your impact position, and this is what my students seem to indicate as well, is that they're getting results this way. Focus on your impact position and let your body figure out where it needs to be going backwards. Okay, so if I get to impact position and I look at that and I analyze it, and you sign up for swing analysis and find out where your impact position actually needs to be, and then you get there, and then you work on that right there, then it becomes an activity not of trying to get the club to the top, but on adding speed to that shot right there. And that shot actually matters. It doesn't really matter what you're doing back here if you're not getting to there properly. So start at impact, focus on impact, and work backwards from there in that speed.
Jackson, my best friend plays D1 golf, and he said you shouldn't be able to squeeze toothpaste out of the bottle for grip.
Buddy plays D1 golf and he says he shouldn't be able to squeeze toothpaste out of a bottle for grip. Okay, so true, if you look at a guy like Fred Couples, at impact, his hands are almost off of the club. Wonderful. For me, I've never been able to go that soft. I've always had a bit tighter grip, and I find myself holding the face, the feel of holding the face through impact. So I've tried a lot lighter. It's never been comfortable for me, so I'm about a 4, not the anti-toothpaste squeeze. Feel free to try both and find out which one's best for you.
Leland Burnett has another question. Can you please give us a full swing, an iron swing?
A full iron swing.
That's not an iron.
That's not an iron, Sherry says. Full iron swing. Let's go to 6 iron. No, I haven't yet since I used the dragon iron. Pull it out of the bag. Here is my 6
Um, sorry. People say low and left exit. Others say swing to right field. What's your thought? Ethan is asking.
Ethan, some people say low and left finish. Others say swing to right field. Okay, for those of you who don't know, low left finish is that field there. And swing to right field is that way. Okay, now if you were to analyze the swings of the PGA Tour and you saw them all from behind, you would see some guys launch it to the right, some guys launch it straight or to the left. They're all on the PGA Tour, but they have different launch angles, and it has to do with where you're aiming. So I've done both in my career. To swing out to the right, my feet are aimed a little bit further left. Okay, there's a bit more of a loop there, and it feels like you're pushing out towards the ball. The other method, you're aimed more straight at the ball. You're holding it low and left that way. Both work. Okay? I would not say that one is better or worse, but oftentimes one is better or worse for how you look at the golf game. Like, so how your eyeballs are actually looking and what you're looking at. I have had more success swinging out, but I'm swinging out holding that club just the same, but it's not low and left this way. It's high and right with the same hold of the low and left, because my eyeballs tend to want to hit the ball further to the right. So, Ethan, both work.
Depends on if you want, PGA says, yep, exactly. Depends on if you want to hit cuts or draws.
Yep, cuts or draws. Personally, I'm going for straights, and I know that's like the holy grail of impossible, and I'm okay with that, but I truthfully am trying to get straight path, straight face, and so for me, it's looking like this, where it's more of a hold straight than it is a release.
Is that why you concern yourself more with impact than takeaway?
I concern myself with impact because that's the most important part, and the takeaway is only getting you to that impact position. But if you don't know where you need to be at impact, then it doesn't matter what your takeaway is doing. So takeaway is part of it, it's just not the first part of it. The first part is impact. I'm continuously working on my takeaway as well, but only as it relates to my impact position. So I find if and I can see this during my swing, sometimes I'll stop in time. If I see the club come like that, inside, it's not going to be good for me. I have to have out that way just a little bit. So it's more that way than it is this way. And so yes, the takeaway is important, but honestly, my best takeaways happen when I'm pushing with my right foot, my trail foot, back like that. It gets everything into the right position. Back.
Steven on the sticks, what's your score on 18?
What's my score on 18? Well, based on the course rating, I'm usually about 4 strokes underneath, 2 to 4 strokes underneath the course rate.
Okay, PGA, in the end, the stats show straight swing path dispersion are just as good as a cut or draw dispersion.
Yes, straight swing path dispersion is the same as a cut and draw dispersion, absolutely, because it has more to do with your consistency on executing the thing. So PGA guy is correct, but that's just that's the view that I'm trying to take, and I've found that especially with my longer game, the driver, the 3-woods, the long irons, I'm hitting a lot more greens, a lot more fairways by removing my spin left right. Now that doesn't mean that I don't hit cuts and draws from time to time. If you want to hit a draw, sure, great. Go hit a draw, do the shot that's necessary, and I'll do that simply by aiming to the right and then putting the club face left just a little bit, add a little bit of right to left spin, and vice versa for left to right. But yes, it's not necessarily about dispersion, but it is to do with how much it's cutting, straightness, all that kind of stuff. But it's a lot of it has to do with eyeballs, feel, aim, setup, lie angle, spit clubs, all that kind of stuff. All plays in.
Fernando, I just sent in a fitting for a vote at irons. How long do they usually take?
The vote iron fitting guys will get back to you very quickly. I would say 2 to 3 days you'll have something back from them. I just had a guy hit earlier that did it, and he had already gotten his back, and our last live was a week ago, so it's pretty quick.
Clinton, how do I fit this? I keep pushing my shots no matter how I take the club back.
I keep pushing my shots no matter how I take your club back. Okay, so if you have a consistent movement, and you're pushing them all the time, then aim left. And I know that sounds stupid, but it isn't stupid. Because look, if I'm going to push it every time, great, play the push. Go out and play the push. Then it's just a mental game. Okay, you're already doing the consistent thing. Now go play it. I'm not going to give you any more information because go play your consistent push. If you're always pushing it, push it. That's your normal motion. If you want to go any further left than that, just twist the club face left in your hand and go further.
Should you push it good?
Push it real good.
Chris is asking, issues getting stuck behind back hip.
Issues getting stuck behind back hip. So typically the back hip issues have to do with the takeaway. See what I did there? Oh, I'm wonderful. Don't work on the takeaway. No, takeaway. Okay, so if you get back here low, you've got nowhere to go. Okay, you have to come this way. So I recommend my Good Loop video. Go to youtube.com, at Big Stinkings, search for the video, The Good Loop, and go watch it. In fact, just leave here and go watch it. Not that I want you to leave my life, but it's so valuable to you that it's going to solve your problem. It's this right there, and allowing your body to turn properly and freely. Like that.
Hey, Billy is asking, how do I hit my irons further?
Billy the Kid is asking how to hit irons further. You want to add speed to the head of your clubs. So if you want more speed, then you need to swing it faster. How do you swing it faster? Well, maintaining control. You start working with 2 clubs. Grab 2 clubs in your hand and hold them like this and swing and get as much width out of them as possible. I'm not doing it right now because my lower back starting to hurt a little bit and I don't want to push it any further than I have to. And so grab those 2 clubs together and get those going as fast as possible. Put 3 clubs together, grab that and do that, and then go back to 1 and you'll find yourself hitting 1 further than that.
Okay, that is it for questions.
Oh, fantastic. I was just going to say we're going to wrap up here, honey. So if I'm going to boil back to the most important things that are going to help you guys lower strokes from today's thing, is work on the 50-yard shots, okay, and those look like this, where you're pushing through with your lower body, and that's what's powering your swing, but the length of your swing determines the length of the shot, okay? Work on a 50-yard shot, work on a 75-yard shot, and get those to be staples in your bag, and then take them out onto the golf course and adjust appropriately. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining me. We'll be back on Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. At 7 p.m.
Damon
Pacific.
T. Brooks is asking, what do you think about getting to 18K likes?
What do I think about getting to
You're
18?
you're at 10K.
At 10K likes?
You're at 10K right now. He's like, what do you think about keep going until you get 18?
What do I think about keep going until I get 18? Not tonight, man. I'm not gonna make it that far. My back has already twinged a little bit. I don't want to push it.
What
further.
time on Tuesday?
10 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. I will be back on here, and you can come with questions ready, or you can just come up with some as we go. Who knows? Who knows how long the shorts will be on Tuesday, Sherry?
What do people want to learn about the most? Can you
Yeah, if
ask
you want to
that?
drop a note in there, if there's something about the golf game that you'd like me to cover specifically, or a lesson that you'd like me to do during
Or
the
do
live,
or do a YouTube video
or
about.
do a YouTube video about. I have lots of ideas, but I want to know from you guys as well what you want to see, hear, taste, touch, smell, how you want to get better. I've got some really good videos on the tube regarding putting, regarding chipping, how to get closer to the hole more regularly. Yeah, we can do a little putting lesson on here. That'd be fun. We have the putting mat back there. Maybe we start next week with some putting at 10. We'll pull out the old.
Somebody says more compression.
More compression. Okay, fantastic.
Does being flexible help? That was a question. that
Does
was
being
just asked.
flexible help? Not really. You don't need a whole lot of flexibility for the golf swing. If you can go to here and to here, you know, you can get a really good swing going on. It has a lot, power has a lot more to do with explosion of your muscles than it has to do with flexibility.
This might be another good question. Should it feel like you're sitting in your downswing?
Should it feel like you're sitting in your downswing? Yes, there should be this motion. It's reverse humping motion, not this motion. The reverse humping motion that gets you set for the downswing.
Okay, is there any other questions? You're at 12,000 likes now, so.
12,000? Well, maybe we should stay until 18.
And there's also 69 people watching, so I feel
Can we,
like.
can we bump it up? Can we throw some more likes up there? If you haven't liked already, throw it up there, because maybe we'll just go into putting right now. That's not going to hurt anything. So putting, oh my goodness, putting. The most important thing that I can teach you with putting is about the speed. The speed of putts is so.
Do you want me to back
important.
this baby up and we can do some putting?
Yeah, let's do it here. Yeah, just.
No, I'll just back up.
Okay. Shifting around here. We're gonna throw some putting on here. All right.
Wait for it.
Alrighty.
Wait for it.
You can see the inner sanctum of the operation. The inner sanctum of the operation.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Do you want me to the other
I'm
end?
gonna go this way.
Okay.
We're moving it around. Rolling the putter.
Okay.
Alright. Throw the putting mat on here.
Straighten her out, baby. I will tilt slightly down. There we go.
Alright.
Oh, baby.
Putting. Get a better ball. Nothing like some short shorts.
Okay.
and some putting. Okay, putting. We have putting questions. Now, the most important thing that I can share with you about putting is that speed is so much more important than
It's a good thing there's nobody watching you on YouTube because
line practice.
I can't see your head.
Okay, fantastic. You can actually just turn YouTube off there, honey. Press the end there. Bye, YouTube people. Okay.
Where's the end? I don't know, honey. Just keep going.
Okay. So I have what's called a